Welcome back. Now, we read an article. A Kenyan politician, David Gikaria, took to social media recently saying it is advisable for men to marry more than one wife as a way of combating prostitution. According to him, if men married more than one wife, then prostitution would end because all single women still get husbands. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 070-8066-8014 or tweet to us at Yourview TVC. Like, I know we've talked about something similar like this before in the past, because we talk about polygamy versus monogamy and all that. But we're thinking that, according to from this article, generally, do you think it's advisable for men to have more than one wife? Especially because of prostitution. Let's define it properly.
Yeah, with that, putting the prostitution there is not realistic. It won't work. People go into prostitution for various reasons, mostly economical. And if you say a man should marry more than should marry 5 wives, does he have the economical capacity to take care of them?
What if he does?
Is that the idea is to end prostitution? So if you have 5 wives, you cannot take care of their needs in bed. You can't take care of their financial needs. They will still end up being prostitutes.
But the truth is that if you're a man and you have the capacity to marry more than one wife, where you have a home, you have cars, you have whatever, you have the ability to take good care of them and to share the days you are with them in the rooms. Okay, you are Monday, you are Tuesday, you are Wednesday, and everybody agrees. And you have a proper structure, and everybody is happy. Shouldn't we allow the guys to do what they want to do?
I think the guy is correct too.
It can't end prostitution.
It can't end it, but it's partly a solution. It can work halfway. You can do something about it, because a lot of women who go into prostitution do it for probably as a means of sustenance. And if you can have a roof over your head, basic amenities, shelter, food, clothing, I think we'll not deal with your contentment issues at that time.
But the prostitution is not so much about the lady. The prostitution is about the men, because there will not be a demand if there's no supply. If there's no be a supply if there's no demand. So the reason why Madam is a prostitute is because there's a man out there looking to do it. So if we satisfy the man, hopefully Madam will not have market. Okay. So if the man says, okay, I have
5 women at home.
I have the fat, I have the yellow, I have the dark, I have all sorts in my house.
Okay.
Then he doesn't need to go and look for Cinderella outside.
My father was faithful to his 27 wives.
Was he?
Thank you.
Yes. He was faithful, and when he discovered that they were not faithful, he was very upset, because I've been faithful to all of you.
Well, who marries 27 wives?
No, I'm just saying. So it stops men from...
Your own husband, your dad was a different
species. He totally different.
He's not different, though. Truly, he's an African.
No, but I think...
I know for a fact that Akon said one time that as an African, I'm a polygamist. So it's an African thing to have at least...
so is he polygamist now?
Yes, he is.
Now he is. So it's an African thing.
At least 3. I think he has about 3.
And he can afford it.
He can afford it.
And the wives are not complaining because he's looking after them.
They won't even clash. Even this guy in Nigeria here, this producer that was sick some time back, has about 3 wives, and they were sharing tons with him. I think it's an African thing, and I think...
No, stop saying it's an African thing, because
it is.
My husband is African. I don't want you to think it's an African thing.
It's
not an African thing. There are men who choose to see. There are men who are monogamous in nature. People like my husband and my husband. They are monogamous in nature. They don't need polygamy. Reality. But there are some men like your husbands who like polygamy. It's okay. We respect them.
Yes, and we accept them.
I know, but if you want to do 5 wives, it's okay. My uncle too is polygamous. He has 3 wives, and they love each other. And when you see them together,
they wear the same uncle.
They always wear the same. So we celebrate them, and we leave room for them. But there are some African men.
Can I ask you a personal question?
No,
I just want to ask you
who are comfortable with one wife.
Can I ask you a personal? No, I just need to ask you a personal question. What if your husband comes today? Muriah, I love you to death.
He won't.
Just in case, just say.
It cannot happen.
Worst case scenario.
Even in the example, it cannot happen.
Don't mind. They want to they are married in the registry.
It's not about that.
Let me tell you the truth. The reality is that if you look in our traditional history, our culture, all our own is only the Queen of England and her sons who have one wives. All the only that just died.
The conscious, oh my God. The Queen of England, the conscious.
There's something.
Shebi Prince Charles was cutting shows with Camilla and Beko.
YK, there's something we say. All things have passed away. Behold, things have become new. We are the new generation.
Yes.
We don't go by our fathers, our grandfathers. That is them. It is okay.
Okay, back to the story.
So back to the story. Okay, let's go
back to the story. There are more women than men.
Who told you that?
according to the man.
No, according to the
according to the man.
Why do we make all these assumptions? There are more men. Who told you that?
To
How many
David
have you counted?
Gikara.
Have you counted the men that are in Kokomaiko? Plus the one in
but they said that there are more women than
where's the area again?
During the elections, I noticed that there were more women trying to cast our votes than men, and I was wondering, where are the men?
There are more women than men.
Well, even
because look, I mean, look at you now. You have 2 girls and 1 boy.
Some people have 3 boys. I have 2 boys.
What's the other girl?
You have 1 girl. On this table, between the 4 of us, there are only 2 boys.
Okay, well, that's true. 3 boys.
3 boys.
but I
have how many girls?
I think you've got a solution, and I think
that it's not a
solution. We shouldn't encourage what is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong.
No.
I think that we should uphold morals.
No.
Why pause? Let me take Reverend Dominic. Reverend Dominic, are you there? Are you there?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. How many wives do you have, first of all?
Why, my goodness. It's one.
Just check.
I think, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Men are not polygamous.
God bless you.
Thank you.
When lust sets in, you start giving an excuse of polygamy or not.
Thank you.
In the culture I come from, let me leave the religion. The culture I come from, if you marry second wife, they look at you as irresponsible man. The culture I come from, leave religion.
Culture?
Yes.
In the culture, I'm an Igbo man.
The church.
An Igbo man. Okay, he's talking about the church, not as Igbo men.
No, he said
no. We are not. Let's not bring Christianity into it. We're talking about tradition.
I'm talking about culture. I'm talking about culture.
Oh, okay.
Why can your daddy is a different species? They married 27 wives and handle them well.
No, listen, Dominic, I disagree. You don't say fella handle them well. Talking from fella's perspective.
What do you want me to say? Do you want to criticize him now?
Ask from the women's perspective.
You can criticize him, but for you to know it's unusual. Let me use this word. He sacked all of them. You know, the only one today that we know is the one that gives birth to Jenny and his brother. And you can see the legacy. That polygamy is not the best thing in life.
Okay.
And nobody should talk about it. God forbid.
Exactly.
Understand? Polygamy is out of lust. And listen to me.
Yeah.
20 wives cannot stop lust. 100 wives. Ask for Solomon. Solomon went to 300 and 700. He came to the conclusion that all vanity is vanity.
Hey, God bless you.
You've
hit the nail on the head, Reverend Dominic. Thank you so much. Finish.
Ladies, I want concert. I want concert.
Okay, we'll send concert to you. Don't worry. All right. So the point is, he
just finished it.
Lost is solve the problem. So a man marrying 5 wives doesn't solve that.
He will still see another shape that he does not have in his house.
I disagree with
that he desires to have outside.
So
you see, prostitution, because
I've just given you an example. My father was faithful to his own.
Nima disagree. Why did you disagree
with him? Because I've met women who said that all they just need is that Ori someone to just call my husband. They don't mind to be number 4. And it is because they had gotten to age 40 and it's still difficult to find a home to call their own. So when you say it is not a solution, I disagree, because these women decide not to prostitute themselves or marry out of, have a child out of wedlock. That's why they decide, okay, let me just have a child under your name and be okay. And it is common in our society. We see it every day. It might not be my story. I come from a monogamous family. My father is a monogamist, even though he's an imam. My husband, a monogamist, my in-laws too. I don't have any polygamy in my immediate family setting, but I have in my extended family setting, and I've seen the reality. My uncles at home think it is normal, I'm rich, I can have 4 wives, so he built a 4-story building for each wife, and it's fine, he's taking care of them. So
I think, what I would rather us say, there are some men who choose to, because their religion permits it, and they feel they have the capacity to. But let us not make it look as if it's the African thing.
And
it's our culture. No, that's where I have an issue, because
it became strange when we took another culture. It was the norm in African culture. Check our history.
Listen, check our history.
It was the norm in our culture until we took another culture. We adopted another culture.
Thank you.
Can I
Thank you, Nima.
Let me take Yakub, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mariah.
How many wives do you have again?
I have one for now.
Last year you had 3, Yakub.
Let me tell you this.
You had 3 last year.
No, I have one. But what
for
I'm
now
is that I plan. If God Almighty Allah bless me more than this, I have to have at least 2. Do you understand? Because the only thing is this. If whether you like it or not, last time I could remember one time ago, Sister Yenny said something that women we are naturally polygamous.
Who told you
There
that?
is no doubt about it. My friend, my good friend, Reverend Dominic, I totally disagree with him this morning. Because whether you like it or not, women are more than men. Don't let us deceive ourselves. And then the man that just said, the only thing that I disagree with the person that write the column is that he put prostitution in it. You should not put that. Sure, you understand? You cannot solve being prostitute. Sure, you understand? But whether you like it or not, as time goes on, women will be begging men. Yeah. Let it be. That is it. Because you people are more than all. Thank you.
Marry me, please.
I know the Bible says that. That's in the Bible, yes.
I will say something. That you see, when whatever made a man change his mind from one person that he found attractive in the beginning, pick number 2. Change his mind from 1 and 2, pick number 3. He will not be satisfied with number 5. He will move on to number 6, 7, 8. I think men should learn to be contented, love what they have, make what they have their desire per time. Because it's not about, because it won't solve that problem. We have issues. The same culture that we're saying that we're so proud of saying is into polygamy, the same culture that was making wives fight themselves.
Say that he will take a second. Should we pray that would
that blow would not blow.
Imagine his wife. I'll let my husband take my husband say I will take second wife.
But you see, she would have let him know. He would have let her know before they got married that I desire more than one wife.
That's what happens when you do nikah. The affairs just go ahead and tell you. It's not only you, be ready for your part 2. So
exactly,
as I am now, I'm ready. They told me clearly.
But my own religion doesn't permit it.
So my religion permits it, and I'm ready.
My culture does not permit it.
Say, no. I disagree when you say culture. That is where I disagree. Religion, yes. Christianity does not permit it. Fine, I agree. But when we talk of culture, I disagree when you say our culture doesn't permit it. Christianity, I agree, doesn't permit it. Islam permits it. Yes. If you can look after them. But in the days gone by,
who defines culture? Are we not the ones that define?
And we have said we don't want it.
Now it's 2015. We decide what we want.
We don't want it.
Okay, that is what you want to be your culture. So you want it to be your culture.
We're talking the same things. We're saying if you want to say I want to collect the tradition of my forefathers and allow multiple marriage, no problem. Accept that. Me, as for me and my family,
and my
culture I choose is that we are monogamous. On that note, we end this segment.
No, we can't end it on that segment. Hey, I disagree.
Let's pick our celebrity
because
guest.
You don't know what your son will do.
How many wives our celebrity guest wants to marry. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Back. All right, let's take some tweets before we introduce our guest. YK.
Wara of says, please note that it's not easy to keep more than one woman in a home. Women get wahala. Badamosi Sherif says, polygamy is a core African thing, but in reality, marrying more wives when you can't take care of them won't stop prostitution. Babs Dinero says, all things are passed away. Okay. That is why our moral fiber is shattered. It is an African thing. Take it or leave it.
Okay,
let me read one more. Bamidele Kingsley says, Moriah, forget, all African men are polygamous by nature. And the better you take it, the easier it is for you to absorb the shock.
Oh yeah,
Music says, hashtag your view. We have happy polygamous homes and we have unhappy polygamous homes with a wife. So what is the need? Divorce is expensive. Nigeria IT Job says, it is ironic that Christians today forbid polygamy, but Abraham, Jacob, Moses, David were all polygamous. And then Solid Truth says,
and they are even Jews.
The argument
but they were
Christians.
What
are you looking for in another woman that your wife does not have?
Okay, all right. Let's just welcome our guest, Adeyemi Okolawon. He's an actor, director, producer. In 2013, he was awarded Best Actor in a Short Film at the Short Film Festival of the Short Film Blink, which actually received the nomination for Best Short Film at the 2013 Nollywood Movies Award. With all our love from Yourview, we welcome to the studio, Adeyemi. You can call us on 07080668014. You can tweet to us at TVC_ENT, #Yourview, so that we can share your tweets. Now, first question. How many wives are you going to marry?
First of all, I'm married.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm married.
Oh, wow.
You look so young. How old are you?
Well, I look young. Thank you. Thank you. No, but it's fine. I'm 34 years old.
Okay.
And I'm married. I'll be married. I'm going to be married. It's going to be 3 years in January.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
That's good.
So, do you agree? Okay, now, tread carefully because your wife is listening.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you think that polygamy
Why are you threatening your guest?
Polygamy is an African thing.
Question.
And do you agree in polygamy?
So I understand that because I come from, my grandfather had more wives than,
Exactly.
Yes.
and I can, count. It was Kabesi Elisha Remo, just down the road there. And he was a king. And yes, he was a bit of a polygamist, but so yes, it's part of our culture.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's where we're coming from. Whether that's where we want to continue with is another topic entirely. Of course, everything has.
That one will now bring all the KBSs to sit down with us.
Culture.
Our review culture.
Okay, let me ask you a direct question then. Would you marry another wife?
I don't need to.
Shengo.
You found
Can you say more than that?
You found your total
If his
package.
wife is watching, can he say more than that? He cannot say more than that. You have already threatened him here, and you are not even his wife.
No, if you are confident like Yakub, if you have Yakub's
He's waiting to
confidence,
blow.
you will
Yakub is
say
waiting to
that
blow.
I have a wife in the house,
But
when
when
I
I
have
make
more
more
money,
money.
so obviously he's not that kind of a person.
No, wait. But please, let's understand something.
You don't know the kind of wife he has.
Everybody, everybody has their own peculiarities. I mean, and cultures, different kind of cultures, different upbringing, different backgrounds. What may work for one person will definitely not work for the other person. Now, we have our religious views and how we believe things should be, religiously. And that's allowed. So if a man walks up to me and says he believes 100% in polygamy, I'm going to accept him for what he believes. That's your belief, okay? If I share my beliefs as well, then I expect that to be.
Exactly.
that to
We
be
respect you
accepted.
when we're polygamous. That's fine. Respect
But
us.
we,
All right, let's come
No,
to
you didn't respect us because we said it is our culture and you said it is not. And then that's why I want to bring the KBSs into,
let's
the
have a round, a
Obas.
council.
You see,
Yeah, and
all of them
check.
have more than one wife. So that is culture.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying I'm not judging whether it is right or wrong. I'm only talking
About the culture.
All right.
Culture.
So let's drop the matter. Let us now talk about
on.
Mr. Actor. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
We've been seeing on screen, all the acting. Wait, obviously, acting is obviously like a part of you. How did you get into it in the first place?
My very first memories of acting was from about 5 years old. I was in every school play, in primary school.
You have a voice,
This is my acting voice.
His voice is serious.
Yes, a serious voice. Yeah, you just calmed all of us down, just listening. Go ahead.
So I did that for years. My adolescence, teen years, you know how boys are still trying to get to know themselves. So I kind of lost that. But when I got into university, at some turning point while I was there, I got involved in a drama group, in a school fellowship. And for the next 2003, I believe, up until about 2008, I was doing drama in church, and it was really big for me in church. So that's where I got all my training from, like proper training, and that's what I've been doing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right. So now, we've been seeing you recently in a lot of movies, the short films. How did that come about? The short films.
Okay. So I studied chemical engineering at the University of Lagos.
Okay.
But again, that was during that I was still doing some drama in church. But I left and I had a career in sales and marketing for about 8 years. Now I couldn't obviously do acting full time. I didn't understand. I didn't think it was possible to act full time. I knew that people were doing it, but I just thought maybe not for me. But while working, some opportunity came. I had conversations. Oh, there's an audition. Why don't you come for it? And I said, okay, I've got some free time coming up, and I went and I got a role. But because I was working, I could only take small roles or do short films, 1 or 2 days over the weekend, things like that. And then people started seeing my work, like especially on the internet, and they started calling me for stuff, and I would either turn them down or do stuff that is small that I can handle, go on leave or something. All of a sudden, somebody just offered me. In fact, I got a couple of really big, offers, and I was like, wait a minute.
With big money.
Yeah, with big money. And I thought to myself, wait, there's possibility, of having a life. And I said, you know what, before I die, I've always wanted to act. And I told my wife before we got married, I said, at one point in my life, I'm going to act. Let's just know that now. And I said, I'll take a year off, I'll act, we have money saved aside. If worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, I will go back, dust my CV, and I'll go back to work. And so I resigned from my position in some e-commerce company. And here I am 2 years later. Wow. And it's been a fantastic journey. It's been a fantastic journey.
Because I think you jack of all trade. I read somewhere that you also had you have something in sales.
Yes.
That you did some kind of sales and
oh,
all
wow.
that.
I did a lot of
sales, acting, only you.
I did a lot of sales. I've sold cupcakes on the streets of Lagos.
Because his parents.
Ambitious guy.
I used to distribute flyers on the street. Because what happened, my parents just have a family business. It's called Baker's World.
It's your parents that own Baker's World. I used to be their customer.
I know you.
You know me?
I know you very well.
Wow.
But I wanted to dissociate myself from that because, if you don't own your own thing, you never really understand the value, of such things, of business. And so I left that to start out on my own. It was a struggle. But I thank God that, the things that I learned even then I'm applying, till today.
So I want to ask you a question. I met you a few weeks ago, and you said you were going to Ghana. Yeah. You're going to do something in Ghana. Now, you've been traveling, you go around shooting. You've done some, 2 movies in Ghana recently. Three, yeah. How have you been able to manage, as a woman, your husband suddenly used to come back home every day. Yeah. Now goes for 3 weeks, 1 month, and out.
No.
How do you
find husband?
Now suddenly
very important.
You take
then that brings me to my next question.
How do you cope?
How do you manage the ladies? Just go directly to the point. All those chichi around.
That's the question I wanted to ask.
These are 2 questions.
There's a time.
Yes.
How do you handle your wife, and how do you handle the outside?
Okay. So it's really simple, and you see, I'm very, very grateful that I went through all the things that I went through because it prepared me for where I am today. So first of all, I found out after I got married that I married the right woman.
Oh, really?
You didn't know before?
I thought I knew.
Married for love.
I thought I knew.
Okay.
But as time went on, as I began to change and began to rediscover parts of myself, I found that she was even more perfect, for me. So she's the perfect actor's wife. And hopefully when I become a billionaire, she'll be the perfect billionaire's wife.
Really?
Do you understand?
That's why you know where you're married ring.
No, this work because I'm always on set, and you don't want to have you're playing a bachelor. Next thing they look at you and that's a wedding band now, but boy, it's married now,
Okay, so you can't wear
so,
that.
So I don't. But she understands it
So
and she's fully supportive.
So please help us find.
Wait, now let me ask my own question. You are a good-looking guy, and I know that some women, they don't care whether you are married or not married. They must be chasing you. How do you cope?
It's okay.
Especially in Ghana.
Yeah, those women are very hippie. Have hips, so those Ghana hips.
Okay, so I have a mentor that I've had for about 10 years, and he's on TV as well. I don't know if you know Pastor Bojo Imadi.
Yes.
He's on TV.
Yeah.
And so I have been, I've been audited to the age for about 10 years, watching him handle such things. So I sort of learned how to deflect.
Okay, women chasing him, eh?
Well,
he was single until this year.
Yeah, he was single.
Break, please.
He was single.
Don't answer that question. We'll be right back.
After being born.
Welcome back. Our guest is still in the show. Now, there was something you mentioned that I actually wanted to build on a bit. You said your wife is the perfect actor's wife. Now, I know you've only been married 4 years, but there are a lot of celebrity marriages out there crumbling because of one reason or the other. Lots of them are not staying.
I think generally there are lots of marriages that are not.
Okay, well, true. Well, yeah, generally there are lots of marriages crumbling, but because the celebrities was in the public limelight, so we know. Exactly. But the point is, what is your wife doing right as an actor? Where maybe she's the kind of person that doesn't nag you or doesn't care how long you've gone to Ghana. What exactly does she do right that maybe can help some people out there? Say, if I'm going to be a celebrity's wife, I don't expect him to be home all the time. I should accept that from day one. I mean, can you help some women there out there? Say, okay, this is what my wife does. That is just perfect.
I tell you, from day one, from the moment I said this is what I want to do, she's been supportive 110%. And that support has been everything. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it. She definitely doesn't like, because again, I try to do what is right. You know, I try to spend time. If I'm not, you know, I spend so much on credit. If I'm not around, you know, we're constantly talking and constantly communicating. You know, and that, you know, and you see, I'll say one thing. I think in my wife's eyes, I can do no wrong.
Really?
I honestly think so. Or she's been, maybe
you don't have a picture, like a picture of her. Let's see her. She must love you, God. I really love hearing stories of love like that.
Real love, that kind of thing. It's correct. Because
So, yes.
so you spend money on credits. You FaceTime her, you Skype, you do everything.
It has to happen.
Yeah. So you guys, so she's constantly. So you see, it is key for you to continually speak to your wife if you're on set. You see, once she knows what is going on, she doesn't ask questions. But when you just disappear for like 3 days, 4 days, we don't say
so
what's
that when those
happening?
helpers call her, she already knows what they want to say and all that.
Right, let's
Let me come back to you.
No, because sorry, there are, most of the tweets are on our former topic.
Yes.
But there's this one that says, she's Evelyn Tolu Duchess. She says, OMG, DME is here. Didn't know you were married, sad face. Love you still, I'm a big fan.
Tell Mama Condola says, please kindly ask DME if acting pays his bills. Also surprised to learn how Baker's world was.
Okay, let me quickly take a clip from one of his videos.
Then, I'm splendid.
Okay. 1 second, let's take a clip.
You look more and more like him every day.
Mom, can we just have a nice meal?
Oh, so talking about your father makes it a bad meal. You have his brains, but you also have his stubbornness. So you're never going to talk to your father again?
He just doesn't get me, Mom. It's not like I'm trying to be a rapper or even an actor or something. I have the chance to truly revolutionize the way trading is done in Africa. But he wouldn't even give any new idea a chance, and he wants me to be exactly the way he is.
You're his only son. After 3 daughters, he prayed and prayed until you came along. Any man would do the same.
Well, I'm nothing like him. I'm my own man now, and he needs to respect that, especially if he wants any respect from me.
Tokumbo, that's your father you're talking about.
No, Mom. I'm so sick of this. Every time we do this dance, that reminds me of how much of a shame that I bring to the family, and then you come and beg for him, and I have to go back and apologize. If he's so sick of me being his son, he should just let me be.
What's wrong with you?
Whoa.
Like working with Joker Silva in your first set of this was your first major.
Yes, it was the first coming out of work. Yes.
So how was it working? Because she's like the veteran of all the veterans.
It was amazing. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, and then she's an amazingly talented actress. I remember years before I had wanted to act again. I'd met with her, and I told her, you know, this is my dream. And she says, so what are you doing about it? I said, I'm still working, ma, you know, to make money. She said, oh, serious? Better get into the, you know, to the industry and you'll do good.
So can I ask you, I'll take a few but I wanted to ask about chemical engineering. Because I hear it's a very lucrative profession.
Yes, it is.
So you are making big money, eh?
So I studied chemical engineering and I worked at the Kaduna refinery, you know, for a brief period.
The oil refinery?
Yes, the refinery in Kaduna. But you see, the thing about it.
Let's call it gas for acting.
Yeah, I did because I knew where I wanted to go at a very early age. You know, I did well in chemical engineering because I would put my mind on something and I would do well. You know, and then when I was done, I just looked at my parents. I said, "Thank you very much. I'm done." You know, so I went into the family business and I tried to push that. You know, which I eventually left.
Let me take Victory's call. Victory, are you there from Yaba?
Yeah, good morning, Mariah.
Morning, go ahead, please.
Good morning to everyone in the studio. Auntie Annie, morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, honestly, that's a nice one. You really show the stuff you are made of. I really appreciate it. You are a sort of inspiration to younger actors, people who aspiring to become an actor. Keep that one up.
Thank you very much.
Then, Mariah, back to that first question, the first topic. In Africa, is the culture. But the matter of choice still arises. That depending on the background,
Then if you look at it from religious perspective, the Islamic religion gives room for it. And you can't challenge that. That's why Nima was absolutely on point about that.
Congratulations. Let's see on tweets, please.
No, I have a question actually. Because from what you've said now, I was wondering that, did you have to learn anything in acting, theater arts, any short, something to just put you on point? Because you can't just switch from sales, and just chemical engineering, and then start doing perfect acting to the quality of acting I saw now.
Yes. Again, remember I said I've been acting since I was about 5 years old. My first TV commercial was about 9 years old. You know, with Kunle Bantefa, very good experience. And so I've had all these years of experience. But what's even more important is that during the drama group, when I was in drama group in church, we actually had professionals come in and tutor us. You know, professionals who go to the same church. And at some point, New York Film Academy came to Nigeria.
True.
And the church was so gracious enough to send some of us who were part of the drama group into that program.
Wow.
And that was an eye-opener.
All right, let me take this call, then I'll take some tweets. Hello? I'm sorry for keeping you. Let's take some tweets, please.
Okay, Nigeria IT Job says your guest is really intelligent. All the best, bro. Then
I'm splendid.
Thank you.
It's Deyemi Okalawan on your view today. Yay!
Crespo is saying, Deyemi, you talk well. I and my fiancé chat, call, and see well. If you want to kill a woman, stop communicating with her.
Then, sorry, I'll take one now.
Ade
Create says, morning Deyemi Okalawan, your labor has really paid up. Still can't forget you from Quick Link and Crew Extreme. Who's that? Well done.
Wow.
Ade Creates.
One more, YK.
Okay, you take your own.
King Kennedy says, Deyemi do know he's Deyemi don't know he's attracting more ladies with his caring attitude, but I never knew you were Yoruba though.
I get that a lot.
This one says, this Loanji's Rocco says, poor Deyemi, you came to the wrong talk show. This woman will disturb you, eh?
All right, Deyemi, what's next for you? Because you have to round up very
Okay, so we're doing quite a few projects. There's one very exciting one going on right now. It's premiering in cinemas all across Nigeria today. So from here, I'm going to go and get ready for tonight's premiere. It's called Falling. It features Blossom Chukwuje, Kuadeswai, Tomi, Kunle Remi, Desmond Elliott is also in the film. I play a key role in the film as well. It's produced by Udwak Isong Ogwanama, who's MMA song, Royal Arts Academy. And she's producing this is her first solo production under Closer Pictures, and directed by Nii Akimolaya. And it's a fantastic movie.
Okay, so just
Are you inviting us?
So please,
special
by all
guests,
means.
so not just
how we get there? Do we have to buy ticket or you?
No. Just come to the premiere. I know you. You know.
You know those bouncers.
We'll not be calling your number outside.
And the network will not go through.
And I have invites. I just did a competition on my Instagram page where I told people to caption something from. And Nigerians are so creative. You know, it came out very hilarious. Somebody
swallowed $111,000.
When I heard that story, sometimes a lot of us will be wishing we were the ones that got that one.
Thank you so much, Unfortunately, we have to close the show. But it's so great to have our regards to your beautiful wife.
We love her already.
Not seen her, but we love her already.
I will tell.
Next time you come on the show, please bring her along.
I will.
Please tell us the secrets. In 4 years, it's not easy. All right, that's all we can take. We're still on our road to size 10. Myself and Uwa, we're still going to the gym. We're eating healthy. No more, I've stopped sweets.
They don't have poverty. They are not poor.
So, for those of you joining us, tomorrow is Saturday, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow, I think we're going to, honestly, I don't even know where we're going to do our...
We'll tweet it.
We'll tweet it and let you guys know where we're going to do the early morning jogging. But please stay healthy. December, we must hit size 10. All right, don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast later on tonight. And YouTube and Google Plus. Check us on Yourview TVC. God bless you. See you Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye. Bye.